Today we're taking a closer look at the Corsa Performance cold air intake with a MaxFlow 5 oiled filter and a carbon fiber lined pipe for the 2017 to 2023 6.2 liter HEMI Charger. This intake system is all about improving airflow and engine performance while adding an aggressive look under the hood. One of the biggest draws of this intake is that it's dyno tested by Corsa, showing that it can deliver gains of up to 27 horsepower and 23 foot-pounds of torque, and it does that without needing any custom tuning. That makes it a solid upgrade that you can bolt on and feel the difference right away. The MaxFlow 5 oiled filter that's included with the kit is a high-performance, reusable 5-layer cotton gauze filter that provides excellent airflow while still catching those fine particles. It's designed to be washed and re-oiled every 4,000 miles, with the oiling recommended every 25,000 miles depending on your driving conditions. This intake features a slick carbon fiber tube that not only is lightweight, but is also going to help prevent heat soak to make sure that that intake air stays cooler and at lower temperatures for better performance. That translates to better efficiency and consistent performance under the hood. The included black powder coat aluminum heat shield fits tightly against that hood to block the engine heat from creeping into the filter area, and it even includes a built-in rain guard made from carbon fiber to help keep water off the intake if you're driving through rain or those wet conditions on the road. This combination of features makes it a great option for anybody wanting to increase performance, throttle response, and that engine sound while protecting the engine from fine dirt and moisture. When it comes to the construction, everything about this intake is top tier. The carbon fiber not only gives the engine bay a premium look, but it also holds up extremely well to high temperatures under the hood and long-term wear. The filter housing and the heat shield are built for daily driving and even aggressive driving use without compromising the intake's effectiveness. Since it's a direct fit system, it uses the factory mounting points and hardware, so there's no cutting or drilling required. And if you stick with us here in a minute, we'll show you that install process. When it comes to the pricing on this, it's coming in right around that upper $700 price range, which is gonna put it in the premium intake category, but that's expected with a carbon fiber system that offers dyno-proven performance gains and a quality reusable filter. Now, as far as the installation goes on this, it's gonna get rated just a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can have this installed in about 1 hour of your time since it's a direct fit replacement for the factory intake. Now, let's check out exactly how that install process goes with an install video from one of our AmericanMuscle customers.
How's it going? Today we're gonna put a cold air intake system on a 2023 Dodge Charger Hellcat. We got the Corsa Performance cold air intake system, so we'll just get right into it. Show you kind of the disassemble and the reassemble. So step 1 in the directions is disconnect the electrical connection to the air temperature sensor. Which that's going to be this guy right here. Set that out of your way. Step 2 is remove the 3 nuts securing the crankcase vent solenoid. That's going to be right here on top of the driver's side strut. I'm going to use a power tool. You can use a 3/8 drive ratchet, and socket size is a 10 millimeter. Okay, next step is disconnect the electrical connection on the solenoid, which is going to be right there. Just pull that back, and she should slap. All right, so now to take off this electrical, you gotta click this little white tab back. I don't know if you can see that. Click that back. I'm just using a little punch, little point. Lift that little tab up, just like that. So now, disconnect the crankcase vent line from solenoid. So that's going to be this guy here, just like that. Lay all that down. Okay. We're on step 5. Remove the box, the the box. Remove the bolt securing the air filter in the factory air box. So, looks like in order to do this, they missed out on the directions. You got to pull your cover off first. So we'll get the cover pulled off just using a Phillips screwdriver. Drop the screw down in the car. Whoops. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3 of them holding it down from what I can see. So this clamp here. Now lift this up. Slide that off with your solenoid. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the air filter. So at this point we're going to go ahead and take the factory air box out. So that's going to be this clamp right here on your throttle body. Just a flathead screwdriver. There's that. Go ahead and set that to the side. So now you want to make sure you take this and twist it out. This is your air temperature unit, sending unit. So you're going to want to keep that for your new air box. Set my back to the side there. We'll leave this right there with it. Okay, so we're going to remove the factory air box bolt here. And that is going to be, so it looks like that's going to be an 8mm. I'm using a 1/4" drive. We'll get a little 1/4" drive ratchet here. Now to remove your air box, it looks like there's some little tabs in here you got to push in. I don't know if you can see that or not. Alright, so we took a quick break just to kind of take a look at this, and it looks like we need to loosen this coolant reservoir because there's just not quite enough room to be able to separate your inlet tube to your box. There's just not enough room to slide it back far enough to pull it out. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these 2 bolts out, which are 10mm. Oh, there she goes. That's a little tricky to get out. You'll have to just kind of work it out. If you're using a gun, don't get too crazy and strip yourself out. We'll make sure we come back and snug this up with just a regular ratchet. I just don't want to break those plastic tabs. Now that we got that out of the way, it's telling us to go ahead and remove this fender bolt here. So I'll go ahead and grab a wrench, 10mm. I'm using a ratchet wrench. You can use a regular wrench, is fine, just makes it a little easier. And that's the final step for the removal of everything, so I think we're ready to start putting it back together. Alright, so we kind of have everything laid out over here on the bench. It looks like step 1 is going to be to put this trim around the inside of your air box. It just goes in this part. So go ahead and start that on. It's going to be to install the hood still on the top of the heat shield. You want to look at your directions, make sure you're putting it on the right side. So shows this piece is down, so that's going to be the top, it looks like there. Kind of an easy corner to get around. So it's a little tricky getting it around that corner. Got to trim off a little bit of excess, looks like, not that much. So we'll go ahead and just cut off a little piece here. So it's going to be these 2 bolts here, 2 of your flat washers, and then this is your rain guard. You'll see there's 2 holes right there, only really one way for it to go. Alright, take that in there this way. 2 more flat washers, 2 lock nuts, or lock washers, and the nuts. So we're gonna put the other flat washers on the inside and the lock nut, because I think they just forgot to specify that in the directions. Yeah, I didn't see anywhere else in the directions what these are used for, so I'm assuming this is what it's for. Pause it real quick. I'll have to edit this part because I'm not sure on them. Alright, so I tried it with flat washers and lock washers. It looks like the bolts are just barely too short, not enough thread. So we are going to do the flat washers on the outside with the lock washer and the nut on the inside on both of them. So we'll go ahead and get our wrenches we need to tighten this down. There's that one. Alright, so step 4 on the install, we're going to use the 5/8 little rubber grommet and the 1/2 inch rubber grommet, these two, so 5/8, 1/2 inch smaller. We're going to install them to the small end using 1/2 inch air duct and hole closest to the large end. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take this guy, this is your air duct tube, and it's pretty self-explanatory really. So the 1/2 inch ID grommet into the Corsa carbon fiber duct hole closest to the large end. So this is going to be your large end. This will be your 1/2 inch. So you're going to just kind of work that on there. Can you see that okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Just like that. And then your 5/8 grommet and the closest hole to the small end, which is going to be this hole. Same thing, just kind of work it around there, make sure it gets in there nice and clean. Okay. Now we're going to remove the clamp from the air filter. Here, let me squeeze by real quick, I'll grab it. So here's your air filter, it's got your clamp just sitting on there ready. Go ahead and remove that. You're going to come right through here like this without taking all your trim off, like that, just like that. And we're going to actually stick this clamp on first. Like that. I always try to put my clamps up so that's facing up, so that way when you have to take it off it's easier to get to. And you're going to put your filter on, your tube. There it goes, like that. Now we can set that clamp back over the filter. It says to tighten it down, but I'm not sure what angle we need our tube for our clamp on filter air duct. Okay. So we'll just snug this up a little bit because I'm sure we're going to have to rotate this some to get it into the throttle body. So we need an 8mm. Probably going to be a 10mm. The instructions say 8, but it's a little bigger. I'm going to go ahead and grab an extension here. I'm just going to get this barely a little bit snugged up just so I can kind of get everything set in place where it belongs. Small clamp. Hang on there. So it's going to be a 7/16. I'm going to use a ratchet wrench. You could use a socket, whatever you want to do. Just 7/16. So we'll run them off back over to the car. Just kind of want to loosen it up just a little bit. It's going to go on your throttle body there. Make sure it's all nice and tight. And like I kind of said before, I like, can't talk. I always like to put my bolts up so that way they're easier to get to when you have to take it off, if you have to. Okay. Kind of give her a little test pull, make sure it ain't gonna come off there. Okay. All right, so before we start putting this air box and stuff in, that's our next step. We're gonna double check, make sure we get all this stuff cinched back down. This was a 10 millimeter. Got my ratchets. So just a 10 millimeter ratchet. That's good. That's good. So you're gonna wanna take your bolt back out that you had got from here, from this stock one. You're gonna be putting that back in. So we're gonna go off the directions a little bit here. See if this will work better for us. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and stick the boot on this end. Yeah, I can throw that on over this side. So that worked a little better for us. Now we can make our final adjustments here. Okay, so we'll start by sticking our bolt back in there. Which I believe this one was a 10 millimeter. 8 millimeter. Get that tightened up. Okay, so now it's going to be a lot easier to kind of make your adjustments, see where your pipe needs to lay. This whole thing needs to turn a little bit this way. Like this, because that'll have a spacer behind it. Alright, so we're just making some quick final adjustments there. I'll go ahead and tighten this clamp up here, just to your filter. I'm tightening it up, I'm looking, making sure the clamp's in place all the way around. It should sit in that lip. Can you see that lip there? So you want to make sure your clamp's sitting in that lip so that way it really grabs it good. You don't want to go crazy because it is plastic. But make sure she's been tight. Now we can kind of work this all on. So we're sending it out right there. That looks pretty lined up, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll take our 7/16, wherever we're at. Just make sure you're good and flush there. Recommendation, let your car cool before you do this. It's hot under here. Take this one, same thing. Lock washer first. Flat washer, and your little spacer here it comes with. Don't drop it. I believe this is a 10 millimeter. This guy off here. Says to use a heat gun. We'll try it out real quick. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to heat it up. Go ahead and pause it. I don't have a heat gun, so we're gonna improvise and use a little Burnzo. Don't think we'll have to do too much here. So this is gonna come back up here. Light's dying. So it's gonna go right back to where it came off. You're gonna reinsert your vent hose here. Just like that, lock it in. Drop that down, go ahead and connect your plug back in. Can you see okay?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that's popped backward. Clicker forward, just like that. All right, so we got our electrical connected back. Our vacuum line on the PCV valve, we're gonna go ahead and replace the 3 nuts we took off. 1, 2 in the back. And those were a 10 millimeter, right? I do believe. I'll go ahead and grab our 3/8 ratchet, little extension, and that same 10 millimeter. Snug them up by hand. Now it says put your 90-degree tube thing in the top hole here. So we'll go ahead and stick the hose on one end. Probably don't have to do this, it just makes it easier. So we're gonna go ahead and plug her in here. And it is going to go into this one here, which is your solenoid. Cut a little hose off like that. Then I believe your final step is to take that sensor that we pulled out earlier, your heat sensor. You're gonna put that in here. And a twister in there, like that. And your wire that you unplugged earlier, you're gonna go ahead and plug back in. Like that. That should be it.
That's going to wrap up our review and install of the Corsa Performance cold air intake with a MaxFlow 5 oiled filter and carbon fiber pipes for the 2007 to 2023 6.2 liter HEMI Chargers. And for all things Charger, keep it right here at American Muscle.